A reader sings the praises of Dishonored 2's level design, and its most unforgettable mission. There are moments when you just know you are in the presence of greatness. You can sense it and realize it, sometimes while the experience is actually happening. They are rare, heady and precious moments. I'll give you some examples going from big to small. It could be something seismic and geopolitical like seeing the falling of the Berlin Wall on a low-def CRT telly, or something smaller like watching Manchester United win the European Cup against Bayern Munich in the last 2 minutes of the final. Or conversely, Manchester City winning the Premier League in the last few seconds of the entire season. It could be even smaller and deeply personal, like hearing a song that you know will be the soundtrack to your life. Or a video game that you know will play over and over in your head long after you finish it. This is about a level in a video game, the Clockwork Mansion from Dishonored 2, which had this effect on me. I think I realized this intricate Rubik's Cube of a level was genius when I screwed up a section over and over and was exceptionally happy to repeat it until I achieved my own sense of perfection with it. You must understand that I am not a patient guy and I utterly hate repetition, especially in video games, but getting into the literal gears of this amazing level was pleasurable for me. The setup involves the protagonist, either Emily Kaldwin or Corvo Itano, infiltrating the home of Kiran Jindosh, an inventor and rival of one of your oldest friends, Anton Sokolov, whom he is also holding prisoner. The objective is simple: kill Kiran Jindosh and rescue Anton Sokolov. Complicating matters is the fact that Kiran seems to be quite mad, paranoid, and designed his home, the titular Clockwork Mansion, to entrap and destroy any intruders. The house itself is filled with Jindosh's signature invention, the Clockwork Soldiers, two-faced mechanical terrors who are designed with swords for arms but are only the starter for 10. The truly amazing defense mechanism is the mansion itself, which transforms around you, folding, escalating, and changing rooms as you walk through them. It's this point where the controller falls from your hands, as it dawns on you the workmanship that must have gone into the level design. As always with Dishonored, it is possible to complete the game any way you want. You can follow the obstacle-strewn path that Jindosh sets you, slaughtering all before you as you go if that's your thing, but in Dishonored, stealth is usually always the richer option. And as the rooms transform, it is possible to jump into the wall space and see the inner workings of the mansion. From here you can see the hidden parts of the mansion, jigsaw and scuttle about, emerging from the backstage area into the light to drag guards into the darkness with you. The maze metaphor is made literal when you find your friend Anton in an adult-sized rat's maze, which you can look down upon and pick your path through before plunging in, which to me is a stroke of genius. The developers are telling you that the house is a representation of Kiran Jindosh's brilliant but damaged mind, and as a brilliant man his defense is a fiendish puzzle which he thinks you are incapable of solving. He sees you as a rat and no match for his intellect, but through your cunning or brute naked force it is possible to find holes in Kiran's perfect trap. The deeper you get in the mansion, the more personal the spaces become as they transform into small workshops and bedrooms where more is revealed about Kiran's egomaniac psyche. In the final showdown, we stand on the multiple levels of Jindosh's elaborate laboratory. On each level, horrific experiments have been conducted, crossing morally reprehensible lines, each level showing how much Kiran has achieved by not showing mercy or empathy. In the end, you are presented with a choice of how to dispatch the irretrievable man. One option is poetic, the other is probably kinder, but each choice's rationale is written in the journey it took you to get there and what you learned about Kiran along the way. The Clockwork Mansion was a highlight, but in truth Dishonored 2 was filled with these nuggets of gameplay gold. Highlights spring to mind like the mind-bending, time-traveling Dust Palace or the hunt for a body double at the Grand Palace towards the end of the game. For the Clockwork Mansion to stand above these titans is a convincingly impressive achievement. If you've not been tempted by Dishonored 2, or you've seen the review for The Death of the Outsider and think it sounds good, or it's sitting idly in your backlog, I urge you to give it a go. It's the type of game gamers should definitely support: imaginative, inventive, and crediting its players with intelligence. It is a masterclass, especially of level design, that will make you step back and realize you are in the presence of greatness, and will run through your head for days afterwards. By Reader D. Flemmy Gamertag. The readers featured does not necessarily represent the views of Game Central or Metro. You can submit your own 500 to 600 word reader feature at any time, which if used will be published in the next appropriate weekend slot. As always, via email gamecentral@acmetro.co.uk and follow us on Twitter.